Yeah, well, you're going to see them all get involved in real estate here in a minute, because when they come to you and say, well, how much money do I need? You say, well, none. You go see Anthony because they're a very special niche, and they have power that us lay people don't have. And so we just harness that power for the athletes, and we help them be, we're an equity partner, and we help them be successful. And when they're successful, we're successful. And it's just a better way for the athletes. It's about risk aversion, right? And liability.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest is in the Pennsylvania area and has a fund that works with accredited investors to invest along with athletes and alongside athletes. Please welcome Anthony Scheirer. Anthony, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, Dylan.
It's great to have you on here. And before we hop into the platform that you're involved in, which is, I think, really interesting, and I haven't had a guest on the show who's doing what you're doing, I do want to back up and ask you about how you got into the real estate space.
So we good question. So the CEO of the risk mitigation since college, and real estate for investors is a huge risk mitigation. So when we started dealing with athletes, we want to try to mitigate their risk, and it was just leveraging real estate and real estate development was just kind of in our wheelhouse. That, hey, if we marry these two things, we can really help these guys.
I think everyone really should be looking at real estate right now, whether you're a professional athlete, whether you are potentially in a spot where you think, well, I can't afford to be a real estate investor. My mindset as someone who used to think that way is, if you can't beat them, you have to join them, because real estate is only going to get more and more expensive really anywhere in the United States. And on top of that, if you're not thinking like an investor, it's going to be more and more challenging to get in, especially where you're at Pennsylvania, where I'm originally from, northern New Jersey. I want to ask you about the athletes themselves and their interest in real estate. Is this a common, I would say, interest point for athletes, that they're interested in investing in real estate, they're interested in real estate deals? Or is this something that is maybe newer and more niche, and it's not across the board in general?
Yeah. So I want to back up, because you said about people not being able to start investing in real estate. And what we really bring to the table for athletes, whether they're NIL pro or retired pro, is that they don't need any capital, right? We raise all the capital for them, or we help them raise the capital. So we really democratize this thing, allowing these athletes that don't have money and income and NIL deals or pro contracts to be able to have the same leveraging power. So to answer your question, the athletes, yeah, they see real estate as a safe investment, right? And with most athletes going broke shortly after retirement, they're told to, hey, put your money in, put your money in, put your money in.
Right.
So our problem with that is that, well, just like everybody else, they're getting mortgages where they're paying fees and commissions, right? And there's just personal risk there, because they're putting their money out at risk. So we want to help stop these guys from going broke. And anytime we can prevent fees and commissions, we're a huge fan of that.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
It's a business model that I'm impressed by. It's definitely novel. The idea is effectively that these athletes have exposure, that people will be interested in investing alongside them. Help me walk through some of the granular aspects of this, maybe without giving away all the secret sauce.
Yeah, no. So you keep saying invest alongside them. And once again, they don't need their capital. So it's their business. You're investing in this athlete's business, right? At the end of the day, it's not different than any other kind of real estate, a bigger real estate venture company, right? It's theirs. So, it's an opportunity for people to help athletes and team up with them to be able to help stop this terrible spiral that most of them find themselves in,
Right.
because they get a lot of bad advice that sounds like good advice. It just, if athletes keep listening to the same advice, the same thing's going to happen. And now with NIL, these college kids, well,
Yeah.
they're on the same path. So we need to do something to stop that. And that's
So
what our whole
I have
plan.
a better idea now. Are you in many ways also advising and educating the athletes on this? Because if they're not putting up their own capital, they must have a lot of say and manpower and effort of their own time, their time capital in order to make this value add, right?
So we just require them to just market themselves, just to be themselves. So essentially their business would be essentially like a sponsor. So anytime that they're talking to the press or anybody else, it can be part of the conversation.
I think it's interesting, because I actually had an experience recently when I was living in Denton, where a local college football player actually reached out to me and was asking me about wholesale. And I thought, how interesting is this that my platform has reached, athletes, young athletes who are asking me, hey, how do I get involved in real estate deals? How do I do my first transaction? How much cash do I need? Walk me through this. And to your point, the exposure that they have was interesting to me as a real estate guy. I'm sure, other people around were saying, hey, I like so-and-so. I like what they're doing on the field, but also it's really, novel what they're doing off the field as well. How can I get involved? Is there perhaps a trend to this? Are we seeing more athletes get involved in real estate in general?
Yeah, well, you're going to see them all get involved in real estate here in a minute, because when they come to you and say, well, how much money do I need? You say, well, none. You go see Anthony, because they're a very special niche, and they have power that us lay people don't have. And so we just harness that power for the athletes, and we help them be, we're an equity partner, and we help them be successful. And when they're successful, we're successful. And it's just a better way for the athletes. It's about risk aversion, right? And
Right.
liability and things like that.
I want to ask you about some of the asset classes that are part of maybe their businesses, right? So whether it's single family, small multifamily, or commercial residential. Also, is it close to them? Like if they're a Texas athlete, are they investing in Texas? If they're Florida, is it in Florida? Or is it a little bit across the board, a mix of everything?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah, so it's to revitalize, like the ones that are doing it to revitalize communities are doing where they are now, their hometown, right? And anywhere in between. because they can have this power to help. We even set it up so that at the end of the day, the community members can invest themselves through Regulation A. It's a great way for non-accredited investors, and that's the second step. Actually, it's concurrent with the Reg D offering.
It's interesting because when you talk about revitalizing the area that you're in, right? This is really where I'm passionate about real estate. I come from a distressed background, foreclosures, death in the family, divorce, distressed property in general, right? And so as someone who's worked a lot with investors, I love that niche. And that goes hand in hand with revitalizing communities. And I think especially for young people and young people who are getting involved in the real estate space, it's a great way to look at it versus, while I have nothing against this, and I do think it is great, owning a commercial residential apartment complex that's already established and then maybe doing a small value add there is a different ball game entirely. It doesn't necessarily have the same heartwarming feel to it. So I have a lot of affinity and also admiration for folks who are specifically looking to revitalize the area that they're in.
Well, yeah, and can you imagine, like, your favorite hometown athlete is revitalizing your hometown, and as a fan, you can participate in that with that athlete, and so that's what we're really bringing to the table, is
Yeah,
just allowing everybody to get involved in real estate investing. It's almost like a Robin Hood.
I think it's great. The idea for folks to be able to participate without themselves having to go out and knock doors and without themselves having to learn exactly how to take a deal from the cradle to the grave. I know how much work I had to put in to understand, title work and for instance, as a Texas licensed realtor, the TREC contract, right? And so for
And
folks,
expensive too, right? So
expensive too.
yeah. Yeah, we handle all that. We handle all the back office for
For folks who may be on the outside looking in, a lot of that can be overwhelming and it could be kind of what stops people, right? So they may think, okay, well, I only have so much time. I can't go learn this. I only have so much available resources. How do I get more involved? I want to ask you, pivoting a bit here, Anthony, about scaling the business and about connecting with athletes, and also, what is the general message to athletes in the sense of, I'm sure a lot of people are coming to you saying, well, I don't know all that much about real estate. How can I be a good fit for this?
Yeah, well, most of them think it's too good to be true. So we have to sit down and say, no, listen, this is what we're doing, this is why we're doing it. And the light bulb goes off and they say, oh, all right, I'm in, because there's no reason not to be. So, there's potential tax efficiencies for a lot of especially the college athletes, and their income. It's amazing how much money they make now. And they're going to have a big issue come next spring.
Yeah.
So, it just makes financial sense for them to do it. It helps them start a legacy that they can rely on, and they can just keep revitalizing communities and doing what they want.
I think, when it comes to the idea that it's too good to be true, I think one of the beauties about real estate is the ability to pivot, right? And so right now we're in this time period where NIL still feels new, right? People are still realizing ways where they can best make use of this. And then also too, you have people like yourself who are realizing, well, there's a niche here. There's young people who have a brand, but they also have the possibility that this might not be a forever thing, right? This could be 4 years. This could be 3 years. This could be the next 16 years if they go pro. But what do I do right now?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Yeah, well, so they need to set up a proper business structure first and foremost. So that's what we do for athletes. Just having that structure provides tremendous value. And then from there, we can now figure out, okay, well, what's the best course? When it comes to paying their people, their parents, right? Everyone wants to buy mom a house. And it's like, well, listen, let the business do it. Right, because it reduces that liability for them it gives them efficiencies, and then they can even hire mom and qualified people to help run that business, take our place, because I don't want to run all these businesses. But we made it as simple as possible so that the athletes have the chance. So number one, active, retired, pro, NIL, you got to have a business, the right business. That's what we really want to get across to them.
Ask you about, you mentioned supporting family, right? There's so many tax benefits to real estate specifically. And then once you kind of peel back the layer, you realize, oh, there's all this other strategy that I can get involved in. You start meeting people who are in the same niche that you're in, and then you realize, I need to do this. When athletes are new to the idea of real estate investing, and they may not be familiar with tax strategy, as I would say most people are not, but they are interested in buying mom a house or helping someone with a business, how much of the education, whether it's you are giving them or whether you're referring to folks on the tax strategy side of the game, is being given to these athletes in general? Is there a lot of tax strategy that's given to these NIL athletes, and what kind of guidance are they given in general regarding that?
Yeah, so that's a case by case basis with the tax advisor, right? So yes, there are tons of efficiencies that can be recognized that aren't traditionally recognized for especially athletes that are current. There's so much we can do that their tax person probably has no idea. So as we grow here, word of that will get out. But it's just, that's probably one of the biggest reasons for starting a business with us and letting us do this process for athletes, because it's such an potential efficiency, and we're not asking them for money. So why wouldn't you?
It's such a novel idea, and whenever I hear things like this, it's like, this person threaded the needle and found gold and is connecting the dots, and that's really the hallmark of great real estate operators, because you know it, Anthony, I know it. The same real estate strategy that worked 10 years ago, 5 years ago, might not be effective today. And I know so many fix and flippers, for instance, and in DFW and San Antonio throughout Texas that had to pivot their business model slightly. We are coming up on time here, though, Anthony. Where can folks go if maybe they'd like to reach out to you? They may be an athlete themselves, or they're interested in what you have going on.
Yeah, so we have a little bit of an ecosystem, as you can imagine. So 360sportsinc.com is our main company. And then there's information where you can contact us if you're an athlete. 360xcapital.com is our athlete-owned fund platform. So you can find athlete-owned real estate, private equity funds there. And athleteadvisors.net is a platform where we have locations across the country where athletes can get athlete advice, right? So you're not going to get this advice from a regular real estate agent or a regular real estate investor, because, well, they don't know that athletes have a special opportunity. Even the athletes right now don't know. So that's why we're doing this podcast.
And
but it's good.
It's tremendous what you have going on. And like I said, threading the needle with everything that's going on with athletes. And then also, I would say, with the way real estate is changing, Robinhood, democratization of real estate. I think all those are accurate terms. But Anthony, I thank you for coming on the show. I think what you're doing is great. And thanks for coming on here today.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, Dylan. Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.